Just a Thought, episode number 23, part 2. Things I can't change and want to. Hey friends! Last week we talked about what a circumstance is and why we can't change what happened in the past or what others around us do or don't do. But we can begin changing the future and the way we feel by changing the thoughts we are running on. Now, I want to talk whether or not we should try to change some circumstances. The key in this is why we want our circumstances to change. So in the model, something happens, aka the circumstance. We have thoughts about it that generate feelings and stories. Our feelings motivate our action, and our actions determine our results. So it's our feelings that motivate us to action or inaction. Our feelings are like a GPS coordinate, and our actions take us to that point where we generate more of that feeling. So if my thought in the morning is, wow, it is a beautiful day, and I believe it and accept it, I will feel hopeful and happy, and those feelings will cause my brain to be on the lookout for all the ways it's a beautiful day. The reverse is also true, because our brains like to be right. Once they decide something, they focus on making it true. Most of us want to feel positively about life because generally it feels so good. Love feels so much better than hate. Gratitude feels so much better than resentment. Inspiration feels better than jealousy. But there is a time and a place for every emotion, and often we feel what we feel habitually rather than intentionally. That is totally normal and okay. Our brains are smart and make things easy by just putting everything on repeat. Oh, today is beautiful? Okay, keep looking for proof that today is a beautiful day. And our brains are good at it. It takes awareness to put our brains on a new train of thought when we want different results. I spent quite a few years feeling guilty for the thoughts I observed myself thinking, and often said things like, I know it's just a thought, but I just don't like this thing, and I should like it. I realize now that thought work is fulfilling its purpose when I use it to be more aware and more intentional. If I don't like fish, sure, I could use thought work to change that circumstance, but why? What's the point? Is it useful to like fish? Or is it fine to live life not eating fish and having my own back, even if the others around me love fish? It's okay to be you, even when that includes not liking fish or mornings or going to work or whatever you like or don't like. Does liking or not liking that thing bring you the results you ultimately want? That will be your why. I might not like mornings, but I might decide that I want to wake up early anyway because I want to make more time for things that I believe will fit well in the morning time. So if that's the case, I might want to do thought work around making mornings more fun. And it's totally possible. I've watched tons of women and men change their minds about things they hated and begin thinking new thoughts and getting new results. But it's not always necessary. If I don't need to wake up early to achieve the results I want, and I believe that I don't like mornings, why would I go through the process of working through those thoughts? Why not just sleep and enjoy the decision I've made? I took a self-reliance emotional resiliency class my church hosted, and under the section, My Foundation, Live a Balanced Life, it says, see that all these things are done in wisdom and order, for it's not requisite that a man should run faster than he has strength. That's Mosiah chapter 4:27 of the Book of Mormon. Here's another one. Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy God. I will strengthen thee. Yea, I will help thee. That's in Isaiah 41:10. Here's another one. Just do the very best you can each day. Do the basic things, and before you realize it, your life will be full of spiritual understanding that will confirm to you that your Heavenly Father loves you. When a person knows this, then life will be full of purpose and meaning, making balance easier to maintain. That was from M. Russell Ballard, Keeping Your Life in Balance. This is the last quote. Balance, in large measure, is knowing the things that can be changed, putting them in proper perspective, and recognizing the things that will not change. That's from James E. Faust, The Need for Balance in Our Lives. So all those quotes were in the emotional resiliency book. Some circumstances will never change, but that's only a problem when we don't like the way we feel about a circumstance. The only reason we want to change a circumstance is we want to feel differently than we do. But it is absolutely possible to change the way we feel before the circumstance ever changes. Change our thoughts. But you know I was going to say that, right? This part of thought work comes super easily to me in some ways. Not that that is important. I just tell you that because it's brought relief to me to understand why and how I can see so many sides of things and feel so conflicted in my brain. It's because I can have so many thoughts that may conflict, and that's okay. It's nice now that I've given myself permission to have the final say on what I choose. The trick for me has just been committing to the thoughts I choose to believe and having my own back. So, when do we want to take the time to change our thoughts, and when do we want to just sit with our feelings? I remember Jody Moore once saying that we don't need to do thought work all the time. That's exhausting and not very useful. Often, we can choose to feel what we're feeling and process our feelings. But sometimes when our brains get noisy and we start to get sick of being in our own head, it's probably time for some thought work. I hope this episode gets you thinking about the circumstances in your life and feeling excited. I'm Christina Stead. I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and I'm a disciple of Jesus Christ. He loves you. He loves me, and He loves us. This is Just a Thought, a podcast for parents willing to change their mind and change their lives.